And now we have our correspondent Hudson joining us live from London for more on that big story we're tracking. Holly, thank you so much for being with us here on WION Dispatch. First of all, how did you get to work today? Are Ubers still working in London?
Yes, they are. Basically, this is a situation where Uber isn't just going to disappear overnight, as they have signalled that they are going to appeal. The Uber chief executive described this decision as extraordinary and wrong. They say that they have made fundamental changes, strengthened their processes, in particular with regards to identity and safety procedures in relation to drivers. And as such, they see this as a wrong decision. But they are going to appeal, and they are committed to working with TfL to try and change this ruling. But it's now back in the hands of the courts, which means that a certain ruling obviously could take weeks or even months, and during that time, as is with the appeal process, Ubers will be able to operate. So people here in London will be able to use Ubers for the foreseeable future, but of course they are still very much under threat here. This is the second time in as many years that it's looking likely that Uber could well disappear from the streets of London. And of course, London is their biggest EU market. They have 3.5 million riders here and over 45,000 drivers. So on all of those fronts, this could have serious repercussions for the company.
And we're talking about this at a time when there's also competition building up for Uber, isn't it? And with the way it has come under the crosshairs with the regulators, Holly, it's going to be difficult from here on, because at the end of the day, what they've taken is an extension after an extension. They're yet to prove to the regulators in a long time that they have taken the right safety precautions.
Yes, TfL are standing very tough on this. As you mentioned there, this was something that began back in 2017. 2 years ago, TfL refused to renew Uber's licence as a result of what it saw as safety breaches, in particular to the way it reported serious criminal offences and other safety concerns. And still, it doesn't feel like those have been addressed. It says some of those, it feels, have been, but just not enough as it stands. They're still concerned that this could happen again in the future. And one particular issue that they are concerned about is a security glitch that was exposed and exploited by unauthorised drivers, which allowed them to upload their photos to other Uber driver accounts. A security lapse that resulted in thousands of trips whereby the passenger was being picked up by a driver that they had not seen or been identified correctly through the app. And of course, the London Mayor Sadiq Khan has backed the ruling, saying he knows it will be unpopular here with Londoners, but the safety of passengers is of the utmost importance. And if you are going to be a private licence, private hire taxi here in London, then you need to go through TfL's strict rules and regulations, and they still don't feel obviously that they have met those conditions. No doubt Uber will try now and meet them, bend over backwards in order to make sure that it still can operate in its biggest EU market, but it is back in the hands of the courts, so we'll have to wait and see. And of course, Uber has as well been forced out of other countries, Hungary, Denmark, and even in other local authorities in the UK, such as Brighton and York. So there's it's by no means the end of the road for Uber, but it is looking increasingly under threat.
By no means the end of the road, but increasingly under threat is the word coming in from Holly Hudson, our correspondent, joining us with that live update straight from London. Thank you, Holly, for being with us here on WION Dispatch.